Back, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear
Backslayer?
you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, am I saying it right? Backed Slayer?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay,
But
okay, good. Hey, thank
uh,
you. Yes,
Thanks for
what's your
waiting.
question? Yeah, thank you for waiting. Sorry for
yeah,
keeping you for so long.
no, it's okay. So I was watching today your rant on that Maajid Nawaz story.
Yeah.
Um, so I just was curious, if you've seen, I'm sure you know Maajid for a long time, and I have been also following him. If you look at his past, he has been always been very pro blasphemy and very anti-extremism. He's been very close with Sam Harris, who is also very pro-blasphemy, and he has himself like proactively participated in drawing cartoons. Don't you think? I mean, I was kind of shocked. Like, I couldn't understand from the title of your video. I was like, Did it really happen? So, don't you think like maybe there is something wrong that he is trying to say something? That's why he's not insisting on this strategy, and he's bringing all these nuances of Libya and Turkey and France fighting there. Maybe he's trying to tell something else. I mean, he has. Have you ever seen him react like this on a cartoon? Like how many times we have seen cartoons be drawn across Europe and USA? I don't see ever. I remember that he reacting like this, but maybe this time he is trying to say something else, but he's not clearly saying that. He's trying to link these things about Libya and France and Turkey fighting there. Don't you think like he's trying to say something, but he's not clear about it?
Well, we can only criticize him by the things that he's apparently saying, rather than the things that he's trying to say, but is unable to say. Right? We cannot do a Quran reformation on him and be like, this verse means something else, maybe something profound than what he's actually saying. Right? So.
I love that
Yeah,
that's your
but
point of reference.
throughout, I mean, if I'm just saying, I'm sure you know him more than I have followed him more than I do because you even talked to him. Has he ever reacted like this to the cartoons you have done or what has been done in France and Charlie Hebdo? Has he done
What?
it? Has he ever said that? Oh, we need to step back. Oh, we don't need to do this. It's not good strategically. Have you? Do you recall any time he has done that?
No, I mean, I have seen him get so butthurt over people just simply disagreeing with him and crying about it. So I have seen him do that. But no, when it comes to standing for free speech, this is a new law for Maajid Nawaz. When it comes to saying, "Oh, we need to um, park our principles and not fight for free speech," and this is more of a strategic thing. Like I've never seen him say anything like that. But again, he doesn't present any good arguments for why we should do that. So, and again, if he's figured out something profound that the rest of us mere mortals are not able to see, and only he is able to see it, he has to figure out a better way to communicate that with us, or else we're just gonna not agree with him, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, that's true.
He's spoken
Okay, thanks.
before about the
Uh,
matter of strategy, about when it is appropriate to um, uh, make use of this form of expression, right? So he's previously had a rant on his LBC show that I really like, discussing his principled stance on blasphemy, which the majority of that rant I really like. Um, in it, he talks about the moral imperative to support free speech absolutism. In that same rant, he also says something along the lines of, I'm paraphrasing, now the discussion about if Charlie Hebdo should republish the cartoons is a different matter. So even in that rant, which I generally support, um, he didn't get into it then. But in that little sentence, I could tell that that is a little bit of that difference in strategy that he's talking about. So that rant was back before, about a week before the terror trial started. So there has been a little bit in his past about hinting at his differences or disagreements about strategy and when it's appropriate. personally, I believe it is appropriate when these values are under attack. Well, really, I mean, who cares? You should have the freedom to do it anytime. But I find it to be a personal imperative to do it when it is under attack, right?
Right. That's actually the most important time to do it. I do want to say Kemal just became a member. Thank you so much, Kemal, for being a member. I do also want to say super chat. But also, Edris, I see that you're waiting to come on, so we're going to bring you on soon. Please, we're not ignoring you. David is saying there are 56 Islamic countries, and not even one allows non-Muslim men to marry Muslim women. Is this not enforcing Islamic supremacy, just like how apartheid and Jim Crow white supremacy laws were enforced? Well, is it
I
really?
need to check that statistic. I don't know about those numbers.
I don't know if that statistics is true, but even if it's not true, that's not the only way Islamic countries enforce Islamic supremacy. So I agree with the second part, even if the first part is not true.
Citation needed.
Every single every single Islamic country does enforce Islamic supremacy, and yes, that is very similar to an apartheid state. And Jim, it's definitely similar to that, and it should be called out as such. And thank you, David, for calling it out as that. Like it is. I mean, I do say that Christian supremacy is also a thing in Christian countries, which is true.
Really?
Hindu supremacy is definitely something in India.
Let's talk about it.
So we have Jewish supremacy, and we have Jewish supremacy in Israel. All of that is a real thing, and all of them should be called out. However, it's also fair to say that Islamic supremacy is a lot. The way Islamic supremacy is enforced is a much bigger problem than the way Jewish supremacy and Christian supremacy and Hindu supremacy is enforced in other places, right? So we have religious supremacy as a whole as a cancer on the planet, but the most dangerous one is Islamic supremacy, and and it's enforced much more heavily than the other forms of religious supremacy. So just because I admit that other forms of it exist, that doesn't mean they're all the same, okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So are you okay, back Slayer? Can we bring the next person? Is that okay?
Do you have any questions?
Sure. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thanks for joining us. Thanks for being a member.
Sure.